Hello, welcome back to Foos Entertainment for my next review. As you can see, I definitely fixed the lighting. Got some interesting lights. They're shining from above. So this will definitely take care of the lighting issues. Give me a second. Yeah, okay, there it is. Alright. Well, 2022 going into 2023 has some very, very, very interesting horror films. And the first two reviews we're going to be doing today are going to be reflecting on that. And first off, obviously, the odd duck in the room. I'm not wearing a suit. I couldn't make any reviews on Thursday after work because I had to wake up early for an engagement I had to be to. So that's why there were no reviews on Friday. And after work on Friday, I was just tired. Because of that engagement, so I didn't make any reviews then. But now I'm back to it, and I'm not off work from being at work and coming home. So basically, this is a day off. So on my days off, I typically do not wear suits. Yeah, I finally did that to where unless I choose to wear a suit on the weekends, I frankly do not. But as you can see, I'm not any less stylish than I usually am. So now we got that out of the way. Let's talk about the films. Alright, well, first on my list, and it says on the tap line on the back, a modern horror classic. I would definitely agree. And what I'm talking about is 2022's The Black Phone. Or also is known as Black Phone. Yeah, Black Phone with Ethan Hawke. This right here, this is one of those horror films to where you'll likely come across it the same way I came across it. Oh, look at this piece of shit horror film. I wonder how much a piece of shit this is. And the reason why you'll likely say that is because Blumhouse, when it comes to Halloween films in some high-budget Jordan Peele films, yes, it's pretty good. Insidious films as well. So it does have a reputation for making and producing very good horror films. But it also is equal of amount of reputation for making very bad horror films. At the same time, though, the one thing I can definitely agree with is that they have always made a decent horror film. Now, really bad horror films I would say they made would be, as we all know, from me reviewing this a couple years ago, would be, obviously, Black Christmas. What an abomination that was. And so when I first came across Black Phone, I was thinking this was going to end up on the side of things of being one of their not-so-great horror films. Boy, was I wrong. This is a great horror film. Now, just to save time, so I have to think so much, got a lot done today, I'm just going to read the back synopsis. And here it goes. Oscar winner Ethan Hawke, in the most disturbing role of his career, stars in a new psychological thriller from Blumhouse. In The Director Who Brought You, Sinister, and Doctor Strange, Finlay Shaw, a shy but clever 13-year-old boy, is abducted by a sadistic killer, Ethan Hawke, and is trapped in a soundproof basement where screaming is of little use. When a disconnected phone on the wall begins to ring, Finlay discovers that he can hear the voices of the killer's previous victims, and they are dead set on making sure that what happened to them doesn't happen to Finlay. So put that in layman's terms. The ghosts of the recently murdered victims of this sadistic serial killer are communicating with a potential new victim through a black phone in the soundproof captivity basement in which the main character is trapped in, giving him clues and explaining to our main character what they tried to do to escape. And for trial and error, through listening to each of the victims and how they tried to escape, he tries to capitalize on what they could not do and what they failed to do when they were trying to escape. And eventually it leads to him escaping and eventually actually killing the serial killer. So yeah, that's what makes it such a good horror film. Is you're always on the edge of your seat. There's always a lot of suspense, and I could not take my eye off the screen when I watched this film. It was thrilling. I couldn't even take a piss. I mean, I literally could not take my eyes off the screen with this film. It was definitely a hidden jewel for me. All right. Well, first the bullshit when it comes to Universal. Universal was becoming too much of a trend, and I feel that it actually started with this film. Stop releasing good movies only in Blu-ray when we all know that you're going to release a 4K version. In fact, I just heard about a week and a half ago they're already scheduling a 4K version of this. A whole year later. People like me may have money and may be able to double dip on a film and buy it again. But I still find it completely fucking disrespectful that Sony's doing it. And to an extent, Lionsgate's doing it. Neon Films is doing it. Universal Studios is doing it. And it's getting extremely annoying. It is fucking disrespectful. You already know that when a 4K version of this comes out, I'm going to have to find a way to get rid of this. Because I will prefer the 4K version of the film. So why waste my time and my money to buy this when I'm going to buy a vastly superior version of it later? I'm just saying what's on everybody's mind when it comes to this fucking shit of you guys releasing only a Blu-ray instead of both a Blu-ray and a 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray. Just get both of them out. Don't waste your time. It's frustrating. And that leads obviously into the quality. Well, as you notice, I haven't wasted my time with the aspect ratio of the film. But I will definitely tell you, this is a 1080 Full HD high definition version of the film. And it is in 7.1 DTS HD Master Audio sound presentation. Now let's go on to the quality of that. Well, the quality. The picture quality is what you would expect from a Universal Studios release, whether it be from Blumhouse Pictures or from Universal themselves. Basically, you have that very digital, very high definition looking aspects you would definitely see. You're going to have a lot darker picture than that of a basic, mediocre, domestic, generic high definition presentation on Blu-ray. You'll have one that's it has a little bit more balls. It will actually have some very good warms and deep, sort of darker colors and colorscapes, and the color grading will be a little bit more digital looking than what you would have say something from Sony. Warner Brothers kind of does the same thing as well, making it look a lot darker, a lot more high def, a lot more technological than that of, you know, something like you would get from Sony or Paramount. So you'll definitely have that. Sort of a lot more deeper tones and a lot more contrasted colors, I would say. Overall, not bad looking movie. Now with a 4K version of it, definitely make those darker scenes kind of pop a little bit more. Of course it would. And when I buy this film again, we'll definitely have that. Which of course brings us to the audio quality. The 7.1 DTS HDMA sound presentation is very, very story driven. It plays off of the story of the film in a lot of ways. So the sounds can represent what you're actually seeing on screen. And it's going to kind of take that story and elevate the presentation of the film by using the sound that's almost like a character. And so this is definitely not a generic DTS HDMA sound presentation by any regard at all. It's going to have a lot of effects, but the effects will play on the pretty much the emotions of what's going through your head when you're watching the movie. I think that's kind of how I would describe the sound presentation of a Black Phone. Overall, this is a damn good movie, so check it out, and I'll see you guys next time.